I'm Jason Mayden, Senior Forward Designer for Jordan Brand, and right now you're logged on to TheShoeGame.com.
It's your boy G-Rock from TSG, TheShoeGame.com. Standing here with Jason Mayden, Jordan Brand. What's going on, sir? What's going on, bro? First and foremost, I want to appreciate you for coming down to the A-Town. But for the people that's watching, for the readers and people that couldn't be here, why don't you let them know who you are?
Jason Mayden, Senior Forward Designer for Jordan Brand.
So for the people that's watching, I know some of them are familiar with the shoes that you actually designed, but for those that don't know, you mind just giving them a rundown with shoes that you had your hand in?
And starting out as an intern, I helped with some of the original colorways for the 16. Did the 17 mule, helped out on some minor details on the 17. Worked on, like I said, the Monarch Google It. Y'all gonna laugh when y'all see the shoe.
Would you say it was the first one you worked on?
That was the first full shoe I did when I got to Nike. I was a Nike trainer. It was crazy. It's the highest volume selling shoe I think behind the Air Force One. It's like a $40 shoe from JCPenney or something. It's crazy, but it's a blessing to have that shoe. Did a team basketball shoe for Jordan when I first came back in 10-16. Football training shoe, solidified. Worked on numerous Jeter product. Worked on some graphics for Mike Vick, graphics for Melo. Done stuff for CP, for MJ. I mean, I've done everything from shoelaces to shoe boxes. So as long as I'm able to create, I'm cool with it.
So as y'all can see, that the resume is very, very extensive. But the most recent stuff, Air Jordan 2009, right?
Yes, sir.
Some of Chris Paul stuff.
Yep.
And did you even help Tony Taylor with the Dornbecker project?
Yep.
See, so this is stuff that some of y'all know his name, like, okay, Jason Mayden, I heard the name, but what actually did he have his hand in? Just want to kind of reach and touch on some of those topics or whatever. The current state right now, we're seeing, I know somebody asked about the fusions, and I like the way that you did break it down or whatever. Do you mind sharing with people that's watching about why Jordan Brand is putting out, more lifestyle product, kind of almost like you said, a little bit for everybody, but I'll let you.
Yeah, what the idea is, the best way to describe it is how the automotive industry does it. And specifically, when you benchmark a luxury brand, they'll have an entry-level product, they'll have a mid-level product, then they'll have a high-end product. It's the same way with Jordan. We know that every consumer that buys our shoe probably didn't grow up seeing MJ play, so we have to first get them in through the product, and then we can teach them the stories, and they can be engaged with the retros, and then they get excited about it, then they create that hunger, and that hunger creates the chase. So everybody's not going to come in and go after the Space Jam. Some people might go in and go after the Fusion because it's just a shoe that they think looks nice. So it's just a way to introduce the brand to new consumers, but then provide affordable product within the price range for people to have, versatility, because not everybody's going to wear, the Space Jams out and about in the ring.
Right.
But they may wear that, the Fusion 8 out because they want to have Jordan on all the time. So
You actually will be leaving the brand.
Yep.
You said, now what's the deal with that?
I'm going, I got accepted into Stanford's graduate school of business, so I'm going to Stanford to get my master's in August and stuff. So it's a zig at a time when people tell me I should zag, but for me, education is important. And in order for me to be in a position to help other people get a job and be blessed the way I've been blessed, I have to go and pursue a higher degree in order to make waves and open up the doors and opportunity.
All right, so is the initial plan to eventually, I guess, fuse all of the retro models with the Air Force One, or were you all just kind of going through and picking out randomly selecting them?
No, it was more or less, it was a flow to it with the original plan. Fusion, for all intents and purposes, is going away. Okay. We're reinventing and doing something different. Can't really say what that is, but we are evolving Fusion away from that concept because we've ran it for almost 2-3 years now. So it's time for us to evolve it. Okay. So we're just trying to stay fresh, but we want to make sure we use our heritage in a smart way. Okay. The hardest product I did with Jordan Brand was the 2009. It's a love-hate project. Some people hate it, some people love it. Like I said, it's a failure and it's a victory in a lot of ways. I feel tremendously blessed to even have the opportunity to do it. It's definitely a shoe for anybody who ever has the opportunity to do the Air Jordan. Trust me, it's not just one person that does it. It's a group of people that does it, and it's an experience and it's a journey. It's challenging, it's frustrating, it's rewarding, it's fulfilling, and it's the reason why I feel that it's important for me to share that experience with other people because it is a blessing.
The Nike Air, often you hear people complain about, either quality or why doesn't Jordan Brand put Nike Air, bring Nike Air back. You just want to speak on that?
Well, you know, like we talked about upstairs, we just want to keep the initial integrity for people who had the foresight to collect the shoes back then. You know, with the Nike Air, with the original colors. We don't want to devalue our product. You know, devalue their investment.
Getting into some of the rumors, I know some of the stuff you can speak on. Some of you, infrared pack. You know, there's emails, tweets coming in. It's basically been confirmed, but it hasn't been confirmed.
I haven't seen it. Okay. I don't, you know, in footwear design, we work 2 to 3 years out. Okay. So to keep up with what's going on retro-wise and to keep on where we need to go as a brand is difficult. I see stuff, I see samples, but to be honest with you, I don't have that information.
Okay. True Blue 3s was an international release last year. Yeah. Also rumored that it's supposed to release in the US this year. Any truth to that?
Once again, you can take it as, you know, it's me playing a role, but don't know. Well, I can't share, you know. I see stuff, I hear stuff, but ultimately I don't make those decisions, so I don't know, you know, where it is coming out. But we do have some exciting stuff coming, I can tell you that much.
All right. Well, in closing, feel free, because you definitely was very inspiring upstairs, just telling your story and your history. Anything that you want to leave with the readers, as well as maybe any future about the Jordan brand, which y'all got planned for the future. We could just close it out like that.
I definitely would say to anybody that's out there sitting behind a computer right now that feels passionate, that feels convicted, that feels dissatisfied, that feels enthralled, that feels happy or passionate about what we do, get from behind your computer and apply for a job at Nike. You don't necessarily have to always be the person who buys the product. You can be the person that creates it. I'm living proof of that. You know, you may not necessarily get the job there, but try. Or get a job at a company that you can help influence the industry to push it to where you want it to go. You know, it's not enough to be a critic these days. We have to arm ourselves with information, then use that information to better the industry that we all love. I'm a sneakerhead first, and I'm a shoe designer, and I'm a fan of the brand, but at the same time, I'm only one voice. And you guys have to, you know, you have a strong community, and if you can bring that community to corporate America, bring it, because it's much needed. Because it's only few of us in the industry, man, that's actually in the industry that love it the way we do. So we fighting for y'all. Y'all don't think we're fighting, but we're fighting. We have to pick which battles we do fight. You know, we can't fight over all the colors and stuff like we want to, but we can fight over getting y'all jobs and opportunities, and I think that's the most important battle. So in order, we're there repping for you. And just be willing to put yourself out there and come and take our jobs, because that's what we're there for. We're not there to be a tree and stand there forever. We want you to come take our jobs someday. So God bless all of y'all, and I hope that y'all, you know, eventually on the other side of the camera someday. Peace.